Hey guys, it's Kat from the Motorhome travel website Wandering Bird. This is going to be a really quick video to share our experiences of travelling from France back to the UK. We made the trip 2 days ago. We're currently camped out at the beach, which is amazing, not seen the sea for about 4 months. So it's kind of fun, although it's a bit windy, so if you can hear wind and things in the background, I apologise for that. But I know a few of you are worried about travelling to Europe, and I get it. And I just wanted to share what it's like crossing the borders at the moment.
And it's a good time. We're chasing every moment of the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. No, we are never letting this go.
So, in order to come back from France to the UK, I'm going to split this into 2 different videos. So this is going from France to the UK, and then I'll do another one when we've crossed back, going back from the UK to France, which we're going to do next week, so in about 6 days' time, whenever this goes live. So this is just going to be from France back to the UK. So what we had to do, same standard procedure with the dog as always. He had to get his tapeworm done between 1 and 5 days before we travel. Passport needed to be signed and stamped and all of that lot by the vet. So nothing's changed in that regard at all. With us, we had to fill in a form the link was provided on the Eurotunnel website. We chose to drive via the tunnel rather than take the ferry, although the ferries are running and I know several people have used them. We chose to go by the tunnel so we didn't have to get out of our van. That was our choice, even though it was a really long drive. And we needed to fill out the form, and it said online that you had to have it printed. So we filled out all our details online, and they asked things like where we were going to be staying for the 14 days after our crossing, what countries we'd been to in the last, I want to say month, but it might have been 14 days before we crossed back. There was a list on there of countries that if you'd visited you didn't have to then quarantine afterwards or self-isolate. I always get the two mixed up. I'm pretty sure it's self-isolate, isn't it? Because quarantine is when you're already infected. But yeah, there's a list of approved countries, and France was on that list, so we didn't need to self-isolate after that because we've not been anywhere else other than France for the past 4 months. So once we'd filled all that in, they wanted all your name, your passport, previous names that you've ever been known by, addresses you were going to stay at. And once you had all that, we then printed it all off and expected to have to hand them over at the border. Excuse me, going to sneeze. Bear with me. Nope, I'm good. I'm all good. Right. Travelling in France now is easy and normal and exactly how it is. You do need masks. I'm going to say this. You need masks. Gloves are optional. A lot of people still choose to wear them, but pretty much every shop, certainly all the big shops, you have to have a mask. It's obligatory. And you'll see the signs everywhere, and they literally will not let you in the shop without a mask. So yeah, if you are going to come to France or most of Europe, bring them with you, although I think they're becoming mandatory in the UK as well from a couple of days' time. So yes, you need them. So once we got to the tunnel, check-in process for the dog was pretty much exactly the same. There was a way in and there was a way out, and you'll find that like in pretty much all shops at the moment. If you've got a pet, you have to travel between, I think it was 6:30 and 11 p.m. I think that was French time. It would be French time because that was on the French side. And I'm guessing there's no night crossing, there's no night staff there at the moment to check in a dog or a pet. So if you have a pet, you can only travel within those times. So check the website. At the border, the French guys were just like, yeah, whatever. And the UK guys that I expected to grill us and ask us all the questions that were on our form didn't ask us anything at all. Now, whether that was because they had the details on the form already and they knew where we were going to be and everything, then maybe that was it, or I don't know. But they didn't ask us any of the questions I was expecting. It was really quick. So they just scanned our passports and off we went. Then going on to the Eurotunnel was exactly the same procedure. We didn't stop, and I don't know what facilities were open at the actual terminal. We didn't stop at all because we were in a motorhome, have our own facilities on board. We didn't get out of that. I could not believe how many people were queuing to get back. So a lot of people had obviously been on holiday already or been to France or wherever for their own reasons, but there were quite a few holiday makers there who were already coming back. And I thought it was going to be really quiet, and I was surprised how many people were there. On the tunnel, a couple of weeks ago when my husband had to come back for an essential trip, he was told that he had to keep his mask on at all times within the motorhome, even when they were on the tunnel moving Within the motorhome, he had to have his mask on, which he thought was really odd, but hey. This time we didn't have to wear masks whilst we were inside our vehicles, and you are not allowed out of your vehicle. So the toilets that normally open were not open. There was no moving around. You weren't even allowed to stand outside your vehicle and stretch your legs whilst you were on the actual tunnel. And the tunnels were going off all the time saying, stay in your vehicle. So that was pretty much the only noticeable difference. You couldn't get out and stretch your legs. Dogs, as always, were never allowed outside anyway. And then on the other side, off we went. It was exactly the same. So that was it. We're now back in the UK. It's all right. It's weird compared to being in France and being so used to everybody wearing masks. And I think just the act of having a mask on makes you more conscious about social distancing, touching your face, coughing by accident, any of those things. And I've noticed in the UK people are doing all that and aren't really aware of it. And that's been a really big difference. So that was it. I was amazed how easy it was. It was quite encouraging, actually. I thought the border was going to make us feel awful for crossing or travelling or being horrible humans, but actually they didn't at all. Nobody cared. And there were a surprising number of people doing the same thing and going off and living their lives. So I thought I would share that with you. Anyone who was thinking of travelling, those are the facts. At the moment, I'm not going to tell you how long they're going to be for because I don't think any of us knows. But that's the situation as it was when we crossed, and then I will put another video up showing you what it's like on the way back. It's difficult to film because obviously it's border crossings and people get funny, but I'm trying to put photos up just so that you can see what's going on. And that's it from me. If you are thinking of going to Europe, by all means come and grab your free Europe travel checklist. I'll leave the link below. If you're not already in our Facebook group, we would love it if you joined us. Again, link for that will be in the notes for this video. And I hope you're all staying safe and staying well and starting to plan your adventures again. I will see you very soon for the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
We are out. We're talking about a good time. We're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out, and it's a good